The braking system is so good. Look at this, I can just strip the line off.
Dish, learn, repeat.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Fish Learn Repeat. I'm your host, Brandon Hewitt, and today I'm going to put some braided line on a Baitcaster. Now this is the SLX DC, and the spool is super smooth. There's nothing to tie line to. So I'm going to show you the trick that works for me. You don't need to put tape, you don't need to put mono backing. Braid directly to the Baitcaster. Let's go. So step number one, and this is the most important. Take your braid out of the box and soak it in a tub of water. You can see I just got a mixing bowl with some water in it, and you're going to soak this braid. You want it to get nice and wet. This is going to save you so much trouble, because if you don't get your braid wet, when you put it on the reel, it's going to dig into itself the first time that you catch a fish or get a snag or pull any kind of tension on it. It'll just dig into itself. So soak your braid. Very, very important. You don't have to soak it for long. I'm only going to soak it for a couple minutes. God, I love this reel. That DC. Woo! So what we need to do is take the side plate off, because what we're going to do is remove the spool. So the side plate's off. See how pretty that is? I love that blue. And then you're going to take out the spool. Ta-da! So now that our braid is soaked for a couple minutes, strip yourself off about, 18 feet. I do 3 pulls. And then you're going to take the braid and you're just going to put it back in the water. Oh! No! It's running away. Okay, we got the braid back. It drove all the way across the garage. But now that we got it back, you're just going to take the braid, you put it back in that tub of water. Now you're going to take your free end and you're going to run it through one of the eyelets of a rod, and then you're going to run it through the eyelet of the Baitcaster. Once it's through the eye of the Baitcaster, you're going to run the line through the hole that you pulled the spool out of. Just like this. So that way when you put the spool back in, it's already lined up through the hole. Next, you take your tag end, and what you're gonna do is kind of tie a uni knot. So you're gonna just kind of loop it like this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reps, and then pull that tight. It's going to create a little knot there. You see that? Cut the tag end off. Like that. Now you have just a knot in the braid. Next, you just tie an overhand knot. Whoop. So here you go. You have an overhand knot. And that's going to catch that knot you just made. See that? So you take this loop you made from the overhand knot and you put it through the spool. Boop, like that. And then just pull it tight. And it will come tight. Okay, once you got it super tight, you can see it still rotates around pretty easily because braid is super slippery. So this is the trick right here. What you're gonna do is make a loop, pull it tight. So that's 1. And that was over this side. So next we're just gonna turn the spool over and then make a loop where the line to the reel is on the bottom. You see that? And then you put that over and then pull it tight. Rotate the spool, loop, line to the reel on the bottom, put it over the spool, and it's starting to cinch tight. It still slips, so you just got to keep doing this. Rotate, loop on the bottom, over the spool, pull tight. Rotate, loop on the bottom, over the spool, pull tight. Oh, now it's not moving at all. So we're just going to do a couple more just for good measure. Loop on the bottom, over the spool, pull it tight. Rotate. Loop under the spool, through the spool, pull, rotate the spool. Loop under, go over the spool, pull it tight. I don't know, we have, probably 10? Oh, but that right there, I can't even pull it. It is so tight, so tight. Now we just got to put that back through the reel. So you already have your line through your reel, and you just feed the spool back through that hole. So it's kind of tricky. You see how the line right here, you got to kind of feed it, like feed the spool through kind of on an angle, just a tiny bit, and then that'll let that line come through. Make sure everything lines up nice and good. Push the spool in. Now that the spool is in, we just got to put the side cover back on. Come on, side cover. You know you want to go back home. There we go. All right, it's slid in, locked in place. And on the SLXDC, it's just got this little knob right here. You slide it, it says open. Makes it super easy. But now that braid is not gonna slip at all. Yes, sir, that's perfect. So now all we have to do is line it up. So we still have that braid in the bucket of water. You don't need a nail, you don't need somebody to help hold it. You just reel it in. And you want to put 2 fingers on the line like this just to hold tension. See, as I reel it, I have that line, the tension on the line with my fingers. You just reel it in, and you'll feel the water drip off. And look how nice and tight that braid is going on. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at how that's working. And then you just keep cranking and fill that reel all the way up. And this was almost perfect. Look at that, guys. That is exactly 150 yards of 20-pound Suffix 832. An SLX DC 150. It's like this line was made for this reel. It's blue, it's so pretty. But that's it, guys. It was that easy. We got line on the reel now, and it's ready to fish. And it looks so good. I love that blue on the blue. And thanks for watching. Remember to fish, learn, repeat. We'll catch you on the next one.